Okay, so tonight I would like to speak about the subject of the last video made by Jennibellie. Jennibellie, so first I'm going to tell you who she is. She is a young woman who makes a lot of art. She mostly makes some journaling, but also she paints, she draws, she makes a lot of things. And I really enjoy watching her videos. I've been enjoying that since a long time now. I learn things from her, even though she's younger than me, and even though I have, of course, in arts and craft a longer career, I still learn things from her, and which were very convenient and interesting. And especially what I like is that she makes her art with the heart. I mean, it's not fake. She's a true artist. She's really very sincere in what she does, and that's what I like with her. And she was very nice, I would say, more than 1 year ago, about to make an interview with me for her blog. She saw what I was doing and she liked what I was doing, and she sometimes posts things of artists, and she chose me to talk about me and my art and to ask me questions on her blog. So I will try to find the link and I will post it below in the description box. Anyway, even if I was not in her blog, I would still love Jennibellie. And her last video was the question, how do I find my style? So, of course, I went to watch immediately because it's completely the kind of subject which interests me. I'm very interested in the process of creation, and that is a very good question. It's a good question, and in the same time it's a false question. And it's actually what she said on her video, and what she said is very interesting, because she said that we shouldn't ask the question like that, because it's kind of saying that you don't have your style and you must find it. She thinks that we must rather wonder, why do I create? That would give a lead to find our style by supposing we must find it. I completely agree with her. Actually, if someone was asking me how do I find my style, I would answer, you already have a style, you don't need to find it. Everybody has a style. We just don't know that we have it, but everybody has his own style, because we are not going to do a drawing, a painting, anything we do by the same way that our neighbor or our friend or our family is going to do it. Each person has one's own way to create. And I really think it's very important to create as we want. We shouldn't imitate someone else. We can be inspired by someone else. By watching something created by someone else, we can be inspired, and it gives us the idea of doing something else. And we will think it's the same, but it's never the same. We can never do exactly the same thing as someone else did, or unless we do the exact copy. And even, you know, when you see artists who make exact copies of famous paintings, it's never going to be exactly the same. If an expert comes, he will be able to say if it's the true one or if it's a false one. And what's the point of doing a copy? That's ridiculous. So if you do your art with the heart, as you want to do it, just do it, and the style is there. When I do a painting, I'm not wondering what is my style. I just do it. I just do my painting and that's it. Sometimes people ask me, what is your style? I have no idea what is my style. Some people told me, oh, it looks like pop art, or it looks like raw style, you know, or I don't know. I don't know. I never do a painting according to the style. Uh, I have a subject. There is something that I want to say, and I say it, and then people are going to say, oh, that's completely your style. I'm glad that I have a style. But Jennibellie says something very interesting. She says that we are going to create by a certain way at a time in our life, but if we come back 5 years or 10 years later, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be different, even if we found our style already. Of course, because we evolve, and in art it's like that. We always evolve, and we will never have exactly the same style, even if we recognize the person. If, for example, if you look at a painting by David Hockney, every time I see a painting of him, I recognize his style, I recognize him. But if you look at what he made at the very beginning and what he does now, you will see the evolution. It changed a lot. So this video was very interesting because, as you know, by supposing you watched my previous videos, if you don't, I'm going to explain. I'm doing paintings right now related to Mark Hollis and Tok Tok music, and I'm very interested in the process of creation of Mark Hollis, his way of working. If you know Mark Hollis, who was the singer and composer mostly of Tok Tok, you know that his style changed a lot from the beginning to the end. Hopefully we are not at the end, but to the last solo album. If you listen to The Party's Over and if you listen to Mark Hollis' solo album, you are going to say, wow, what happened to him in the meantime? But still, we can still tell that it's the same person. There is a link between the both, but he evolved so quickly. It's incredible. So the style changed. The first album is the style, I would say it's a kind of new wave, but with a little punk in it. If you take the album It's My Life, it's definitely new wave, romantic pop, I don't know what. I don't know what are these names, but the kind of music I was listening to then. If you take The Color of Spring, it's something else. It's like it's huge. It's really huge. And if you take Spirit of Eden, Laughing Stock, and the solo album, it's he went to something more, I would say, jazzy, and also related to the 60s, 70s, and even before for the last album. But so he evolved, like going backward in time. He changed of style, but still we recognize him. We know it's him. We know it's Mark Hollis. We recognize Tok Tok, except for the last album, because Tok Tok is not there anymore. It's just Mark Hollis, but we recognize him. It's absolutely incredible, this evolution, this change of style, and still we recognize the person. So I was talking with someone lately, and this someone told me, oh, so he changed of style every time he was doing an album, so he was an opportunist, he was going to what was fancy then. No, actually he didn't go to what was fancy then. He went to the most difficult every time, and it was not fancy at all. Um, I think I'm not in Mark Hollis' shoes, so I can talk for him. But my feeling is that he wanted to experiment music. He wanted to try something. Probably he was loving something at a point and he wanted to do by his own way his translation of what he loved. And he didn't care about the trend, about what the record company was asking him. He didn't care about what the audience was expecting. He wanted, and I hope he still wants, he wanted to, he wanted, I think, to experiment, to try something new. First, not to be bored. Second, because he loves music so much that he needs to try, you know. It's like someone who searches something and he wants to try something new and something different, but related to what he loves, but still by his own way. So he had different style in his career. Still we recognize it's him, and he evolved a lot. So do you think that he wondered, how do I find my style? He didn't care about his style. He had his style. He knew he had a style. And I hope he still knows that he has a style. I think any artist in painting as in music should know that he or she has a style. Everybody has a style. Nobody should wonder, how do I find my style? The only way to find our style is to be true to ourselves. That's exactly what Jennibellie said. Basically, she said, why do we create? Why do I create? Because there are many reasons why you create. So I wanted to talk about Jennibellie's video too, because when she asked this question, why do you create? I started wondering for myself, why do I create? Why? Because she was talking about to feel happy, to escape the day-to-day life, to improve my skills. So feeling happy when I paint, for sure, it makes me feel happy. To escape the day-to-day life, no, I don't especially want to escape day-to-day life. No, not for me anyway. To improve my skills, I always want to improve my skills. Even when I try a new product and I doodle on a piece of paper, I try to improve my skills. But however, why do I create? Why do I paint? And especially, why do I paint now this? About Mark Hollis, about Tok Tok, about the music more generally. I realized, thank you Jennibellie, I realized that I've always been painting or drawing on music. So for me, obviously art, fine art is absolutely related to music. I actually can draw or paint if there is no music at all. Well, I'm able to paint, I'm able to take a brush and do something, but I mean the inspiration and the spirit is not going to be there if I don't have some kind of music to lead me. I always did that. Always, as far as I can remember, I did that. I think that I started painting, oil painting, when I was 6 or 7, something like that, and I think that I was drawing before even writing. So, and there was always some music in my home, always. So I was hearing music and I was drawing and painting, and then I chose my own music that I liked and I was drawing and painting on them. Now, why Mark Hollis and why Tok Tok? So, I'm sure that there are so many reasons I'm not thinking about right now. I think I should go really deep down in this. But there is absolutely one reason that I understood thanks to Jennibellie. It's that for me, Tok Tok is a music that I've been loving since a very long time. So it's something very familiar for me. It's something like home, you know, like I feel safe when I listen to Tok Tok. It's something which makes me feel safe. Then it's English music. England is very close to France. It's still Europe. And I was going to, when I was living in Paris, I was going to London or even in other places in England very, very often. I don't remember how many times I went to England. So England is really a country that I know rather well, I would say, especially London. So of course for me, Tok Tok, Mark Hollis equal London, equal England. I would say equal United Kingdom. And of course I don't come from England, I come from France, but it's my neighbor, and it used to be my neighbor, and it's a little like home for me. And now I live in Los Angeles. I've been living here since a while now. I love Los Angeles, that's not the problem, but it's big, it's really big. And I'm not sure that I feel completely at home here, especially because of my immigration situation. I'm not going to enter in this because it's going to bring down the video, and it's about art, it's not about immigration consideration. Anyway, it's a rather difficult life here. I don't know a lot of people. I don't have a lot of family here. And I think that somehow I needed something safe, something that I love, something that I know really well, something where I feel, yes, where I feel safe and good and happy when I listen to it. So that's probably why now this, beside the fact that I really think that Mark Hollis is a genius and really must be, his work must be studied and learned and read and listened to and acknowledged, and I think that it's a pity that he doesn't write a book about his work, because it's absolutely fascinating. So I found the right subject, but it happens that the right subject is something very familiar and safe and good to me. That is probably a very important reason why I create around that. But you know, I don't know a lot of artists who are so interesting in the process of creation. That's weird, the lighting is weird on me right now. I would say that about the style, if one day you are wondering how you are going to find your style, don't ask this question, which is a little like an inner critic, as says Jennibellie, because it means that you don't have a style and that you must find it. You have a style. If you don't believe me, go and check Picasso's work. Look at the painting that Picasso made at the very beginning of his career, and look at what he was doing at the end. You will see that it's not the same style. The style is completely different from one point to the other. I'm thinking of someone like Mondrian. Mondrian, if you look at his landscape, and then if you look at what he was doing then with like geometrical images, paintings, the style is completely different. Picasso was really an excellent artist, very, very good. And I don't think he was wondering how do I find my style. He was just doing. He was experimenting. That's why he was coming from one style to the other, and he was trying stuff. He was playing. He was playing with art. So the best way to find your style, it's exactly what Jennibellie said. You must wonder why you create and do it, always with the heart, with the spirit you want to put in it. Don't wonder if people are going to like it or not. The most important is that you like it, so you do it as you want. And even if you don't know how to draw well, and it's not perfect, and it's not and you didn't go to study art in a university, and you don't really know how to draw, it doesn't matter. Do you think that a kid wonders if he draws well, or if he has a style when he draws? No, he doesn't. He just do it. And usually when you look at the drawing of kids, it's wonderful. It's really art, because it really comes without an inner critic. It comes from the heart. We should learn to draw or to paint like children. And I don't remember if it's Picasso or if it's Claude Dubuffet who said that the most difficult was to paint like children. Yes, because I think that more we have questions in mind, less it's good. I think the best way is just to do and not think and not wonder. Do the thing for the love of what you are doing, or for the love of the art. I think that I paint because of my love for music. That is the main reason. I love so much the music that I paint. I paint the music. I need to add something to the music. I don't know how to explain that. I suppose that I'm not the only one in this situation, probably. No, actually, David Hockney made a painting which was related to a song. It was during his pop art period. I don't remember. It was about a song, and he made a painting related to that. So I'm not the only one. I didn't create something here. But for me, yes, music and painting go together. I actually never wondered what is my style and how I can find it, because I always supposed that I had a style, and I think I'm right to suppose so, because I have a style and you have a style and everybody has a style. So I hope this video was interesting. I could talk during hours like that, you know. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask under the video, or send me a message. I will see you in my next video. I have a lot of things going on right now which are rather difficult, but a lot of things which are also pleasant that I'm going to tackle very quickly. You will see, it's huge, it's big, and I'm so impatient to start. It's of course related to Tok music, of course. I will tell you when I'm done with that, but I'm very far from being done with that. Okay, so see you soon. Bye bye.